What's up, friends, fellow card collectors? Card Obvious here, and today we're going to be doing a video response for Fox Crue Cards. Every year, Fox Crue Cards does a contest for MLB predictions for the season. This will be the third year I think I've done it. Haven't won it yet. I think I finished pretty much in the middle of the pack last year. Surprisingly, because I thought my picks were absolutely horrible last year. But yeah, still somehow managed to finish somewhere in the middle of the pack, so don't feel so bad being average, I guess. So this year I'm gonna go ahead and try out my hand at another prediction video. I kind of wanted to do a video for this, where I'm recording cards and all that, but I really didn't have time, so decided to do it more of a voiceover this year, and then just kind of fill it in with images in the background to upload it to the YouTubes. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, the first predictions, or actually the first 6 predictions, are division winners, who we think we're going to win each division. For the AL East, I'm going to go with the Blue Jays. The AL East should be a pretty tough division this year. Blue Jays, Yankees, Red Sox, Rays all have good teams. However, my pick is going to be the Blue Jays. I think they have a lot of firepower. They made moves to get even stronger. Not to take anything away from the Yankees and Red Sox, whose teams are very good, and in other divisions would probably be the picks to win those divisions. And don't forget the Rays. The Rays are good every year. The way that organization is able to put together teams that are consistently good is something to be commended for. But yeah, my pick is for the Blue Jays. I think they got a lot of good young talent. They brought in Chapman. They brought in some pitching. It's definitely going to be interesting to see the AL East race this year. I think it's going to be pretty much a bloodbath. Poor Orioles are the odd man out in that. Even though the Orioles are trying to improve, they should have some young talent coming up with Rushman and some of their other prospects. Mountcastle progressing in his career as well. So yeah, definitely AL East to be probably one of the more interesting divisions this year. For the AL Central, we're going to go with the White Sox. White Sox seem head and shoulders above the rest of the division. I don't think there's anybody else in the Central even close to the White Sox right now. I think they're pretty much going to run away with the division. I mean, the Twins can possibly put up a fight there. You never know with the Twins. Twins could have a really good season, or they could fall off. They were expected to compete last year, but injuries and all that kind of slowed them down. So it'll be interesting to see what the Twins do. The Twins can make a push for the division, but I'm going to go again with the White Sox, just like I did last year. Just think they're too strong. The AL West, I went with the A's last year, and sometimes they looked like they were going to make a push, and then they fell apart, and then they'd win again, and then they fall apart. So I know it's not going to be the A's this year because they're pretty much going into a full rebuild. They traded away Chapman, Olsen, Manaea. They traded away everybody. So the A's aren't going to be there. The Angels, I mean, when you have Ohtani, if you have a full season of Trout, you got a young stud like Adele that, may develop into his own. Marsh, it'll be interesting to see if the Angels can actually get over the hump, get enough pitching to make a push for the division. The Mariners are an interesting team. The Mariners kind of overachieved last year, but I don't think they're quite there yet. But it'll be interesting to see. The Rangers, they made a deal for, they got Seager and they got Simeon. So, yeah, I mean, the AL West is a very hard division for me to pick, mainly because I'm not familiar with all the teams that well. So I'm just going to go with the Astros. It's the easiest pick, simplest pick. They still have a good team even after losing Correa. Still got good pitching, decent bullpen. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Astros for the AL West. I can't speak a lot on the AL West teams just because I do not know much about them. All right, so the NL East, which is the division I'm most familiar with, being a Braves fan. You got the Marlins, who are going to probably be close to the bottom, if not at the bottom. The Nationals are going to be right there with them. I mean, they still have Soto to carry them, but really not much else going on for the Nationals right now. they really don't have all the pieces. They're not the team they once were that won the World Series a few years back. I think they're going to be probably the 4th place team. And then you got your top tier teams in the NL East, which are the Braves, Mets, and Phillies. Each team made moves this offseason to get better, especially the Mets with all their pickups of pitching with, Scherzer matching up Scherzer and deGrom. It'll be interesting to see if they can stay healthy. But however, I just do not have the faith that the Mets could ever do anything. Philly's going to have a really good lineup. Braves going to have a good lineup. It's a tough division to pick, but I got to go with my Braves. Number one, I'm biased, and I admit that I'm biased because I'm a Braves fan. So of course I'm going to pick the Braves to win the division. And I just think it's too close. I mean, the Braves aren't like head and shoulders below any of those other teams, and the Braves have won the division 4 straight years. So I'm going to go with the Braves, of course. For the NL Central, this pretty much came down to who do you think the best team was between the Brewers and the Cardinals. I still think it's the Brewers. Their starting pitching is great. Burns, Woodruff, and who's their third pitcher that's really good? Peralta. Either way, their starting pitcher is ridiculous. Starting pitching is ridiculously good. You still have Hader in the bullpen. If their offense can just be somewhat decent, they should win the division. I mean, the Cardinals have a good team, but I'm not sold on them beating out the Brewers for the division. But you never know with the Cardinals. Cardinals got that black magic. So still going to go with the Brewers for the NL Central. The NL West, always interesting. The Giants were a surprise last year, winning the NL West. Pretty much everybody counted them out last year, and including me. And the Giants really surprised and took the division. And when the Padres were the sexy pick, and then the Dodgers are the Dodgers, of course. I'm gonna have to go with the Dodgers again. Just on paper, they seem to be one of the best teams in the majors. They have Freddie Freeman now. As a Braves fan, that breaks my heart to say. But they added Freddie Freeman. Sure, they lost Scherzer, Jansen in the bullpen, but they just have so many pieces. The Dodgers just do so good with managing to sign superstars and then still have, a farm system that produces prospect after prospect after prospect. They're just so good at scouting and drafting and developing. It's their organization really is a model for, how to build a farm system. The Giants are going to be there. The Padres, if Tatis can stay healthy, they should be there. They've, made some moves to get Manaea and, other pitching. So, it'd be interesting to see how the Padres push this year. Rockies, D-backs, they're not going to be part of the conversation at all, I don't think. Although it will be interesting to see how well Chris Bryant performs in Colorado. All right, so most wins, Cubs or White Sox? This one's really easy. The White Sox. I think the Cubs will be competitive, maybe a 500 team, maybe a little over 500, but got to go with the White Sox. More wins, the Yankees or the Mets? This one's actually going to be close. I think it's going to be really close. Oh, and I kind of want to pick the Mets over the Yankees. But at the same time, I never know what the Mets are going to do. Just are the Mets going to Met the season? And just have a horrible season, they have a good season. And then the Yankees are the Yankees. Oh, this is a tough pick. I'm going to go with the Yankees. Sorry, Mets fans. I'm going to go with the Yankees on this one. AL home run champ. I know Vladdy is the sexy pick. I'm going to go with Yordan Alvarez as the AL home run champ. Juan Soto's average for 2022. I think he takes a step back this year. I just don't think the team's as good. They may pitch around Soto a bit more often this year. But I mean, his plate discipline's so good. Like you pitch around him, he's going to get on base because he could take borderline pitches and with the best of them. So he's still going to hit over 300. I'm going to say 310. 310 for Juan Soto. Wins, deGrom or Scherzer? I'm going with Scherzer because deGrom just has the worst luck when he pitches. deGrom loses a lot of 1-0, 2-0 games that the bullpen can hold, or 2-1 games. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Scherzer over deGrom for wins. How many wins will the Marlins get? I'm gonna say 75. 75 wins. They're gonna be below 500 this year. Do the Angels make the playoffs? And I'm gonna say yes. I believe the playoffs are expanded this year, aren't they? And if they are expanded, that means there's more teams getting in. And yeah, let's go with the Angels making the playoffs. Yes. Home runs, Donaldson or Sanchez? That's a really good question. I really like this question. So Sanchez, who is regressed majorly since he's come in the league. Donaldson, still a force with a bat if he could stay healthy. So what you're betting on is Sanchez doing well in a new scene, a new setting, a new environment, versus Donaldson doing what Donaldson does for a full season without being injured. That's the tough part. I'm gonna go with Sanchez. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sanchez. Gary Sanchez in Minnesota hits more home runs than Josh Donaldson in Yankees uniform, because I'm betting that Donaldson can't stay healthy and play enough games this year to hit a lot of home runs, but he would just only have to hit more than Sanchez. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna go on a limb and say Sanchez. How many innings does Clayton Kershaw pitch this year? I'm gonna go 130. That's just a number I pulled out of a hat. 130. I think I said like 160 last year, and I was way over. Who has more wins, Giants or the A's? That's easy. Giants. The A's have torn down their whole team. The Giants are probably going to at least double the A's wins, I would imagine. All right, so home runs for Vladdy. I don't think Vladdy's going to hit as many home runs as he did last year. I'm going to say 40. Nice even round number. 40 home runs for Vladdy in 2022. All right, first manager fired. This is a tough one. Who is going to be the first manager fired? And usually, like, when a manager gets fired, it's a good team that doesn't get over the hump. But it's got to be a manager fired during the season. I'm going to say there's no manager fired during the season. Any firings are going to happen in the offseason. The leader in strikeouts for the NL, I'm going to go with Corbin Burns. I think he's going to lead in strikeouts. I mean, Scherzer would be a good pick. deGrom. Zach Wheeler's a good pick, but I'm going to go Corbin Burns. Really good. World Series teams. My Braves versus the White Sox. The exact same World Series pick I did last year. I know Braves, Blue Jays has been a popular pick in these videos. But I'm going to go Braves, White Sox. Braves, White Sox. Hits. Total hits in the World Series as a tiebreaker. Nah, I'm lost on this one. Like, how many average hits does a World Series have? I don't know. Like, if you get 10 hits a game and it goes 7 games, that's 71 hits. You get 20 hits a game, that's 140 hits. I don't know. Let's go 81 hits for the tiebreaker. Yeah, so that is my pick for Fox Crue Cards 2022 MLB Prediction Contest. Fox Crue, I'm going to put the list in the description so you don't, if you ever have to reference this video, you don't have to go back through to see what all my picks are. Anybody could just look in the description and see what the picks are. So thank you all for watching. I wish I could have made like an actual video with me rambling and talking about baseball, but no, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you all for watching. Remember, you can only control 2 things: that's your thoughts and your actions. So stay positive. Keep ripping them packs. Why'd I say it like that? Keep ripping them packs. Keep ripping them packs. Keep watching baseball. Keep supporting each other. And I will catch you all at another time. Peace.